had a lot of loss recently. My ex-wife, she divorced me. I have lost my brother in a terrible accident. He died 15 minutes after leaving my parents. And I had to tell my mom, it's fine, it's fine.
You've lost a lot. And when you lose a lot, the brain starts thinking, I can't take any more loss.
Well, that's why I'm here. I really don't understand.
You lost everything in a fire. You lost your marriage. So what you have to do now is... So Talib, tell me a little bit about your story. You said everything keeps going wrong for you. Is that right? I'm looking at you. So you feel alone and lost and that nobody could want you. So let's start with that. Why do you think nobody could want you? Why could nobody want someone as lovely as you?
Lost. I don't have so many things in my life that's just not functional.
Mm-hmm. What is not functional?
My career.
What's your career, darling? What do you do?
I work in film and television.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever see Good Will Hunting, where the guy was a janitor? Did you ever see that movie?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And he didn't really have a lot going for him either. If you met a really lovely girl tomorrow and you really liked her, but she was a bit vulnerable and said, you know, I've got a terrible career and I lost everything in a fire and I'm living on my mum's couch, would you immediately go off her? Would you think, oh, no, I don't want to see you. You're not successful enough for me?
No. I mean,
So
no.
why? Good. Of course not, because you have a good heart and you think, oh, this girl's having a hard time, but life can change like that. So if that wouldn't put you off someone else, and it wouldn't, why do you think it would put someone off you?
Because it's happened to me.
Can you tell me what happened?
Yes, ma'am. My wife, my ex-wife, she divorced me. How it occurred was very instantly. It was almost as if it was planned.
How long had you been married when she decided to divorce you?
We had been together, we were married 5 years and we were together 15.
And what was her reason for wanting to divorce you?
I guess she felt like I didn't give her enough of my attention.
Was that true looking back? Would you agree with her or not agree with her?
I wouldn't fully agree. I could understand. And I thought I made attempts to change things, to do those things. So it was all I was doing.
What sparks joy in you and makes you happy or joyful or passionate? What do you love?
I love helping others. I like music. I love helping others. I love what you're doing. I've been actively practicing the self-hypnosis.
Oh, good.
Morning through your videos, you know, and I've done things like the Silva method and the Sedona method, and it's amazing because I've been able to keep myself from falling completely, and I can see all of these things are possible, but it just seems like it doesn't work for me.
Mm-hmm. And that's a belief. Why does it not work for you? What is it? What's the it that makes it not work for you?
Well, that's why I'm here. I really don't understand. I'm truly, honestly, you know, every day I meditate, I do these practices, and they've really helped. I've had a lot of loss recently. I have lost my brother in a terrible accident, and he had left my house, and he died 15 minutes after leaving my house. And I had to tell my mom, it's fine, it's fine.
So you see, you have a beautiful heart. You're a person who can really feel. That's a terrible thing, losing your brother. And I can imagine that's caused you immense pain. There's a great book I'd love you to read by a guy called Mo Goddard, who lost his son aged 19. He's written an amazing book. Here's something I want you to think of. Your wife married you. You're together for 15 years. You must have something. You see, when you've had a marriage or a long relationship, you have what I call a template. Someone loves you. They choose to share their life with you. And she shared her life with you for 15 years, and that's a long time. I'm sorry it didn't work out for longer, but whatever she loved in you is still in you. When she packed her bags, she said, I'm packing my bags and I'm taking with me every single thing I ever loved about you. That's going in my suitcase. That's going in my bag. She couldn't do that because She loved you once and you stayed together for 15 years. So you have something in you that made someone love you. And that same thing will make someone else love you. But the thing is, you have to remember what it is that made her love you, because you're here. And I know it's a terrible thing you lost your brother, and that's going to take some time to get over. If you ever get over that, I mean, you don't really ever get over it, but you learn to live with it. You lost everything in a fire. You lost your marriage. And so when you have a lot of loss, the brain doesn't like loss. All pain is linked to loss. So you lost your wife, your brother, you lost everything in a fire.
I just came back from New York about 2 weeks ago because my last aunt is gone. So like I have no more aunts or uncles. Like the part of my family that was family literally just died.
I
I'm
know.
sorry.
You've lost a lot. And when you lose a lot, the brain starts thinking, I can't take any more loss. You know, I worked with somebody, for instance, who couldn't get pregnant. She lost a baby and then her father died. And then she was in so much grief, she happened to lose her job. So she lost her baby, her job, and her father all in the same year. And she couldn't get pregnant again. You know why? Because her brain kept thinking, I can't do any more loss. No more loss. And I think at some level you've done that. I think unconsciously you've thought, I couldn't take any more loss. So I think your mind has now made you believe that you couldn't take any more loss, and you've almost blocked yourself off to finding love. But you see, you found love before, and you will find it again. So what you have to do now is remember what your wife loved, and you remember what a girl you were dating when you were 18 loved, and you remember what people have loved about you. Even write down every compliment you've ever received in your life, every nice thing, because you're a warm guy and you've got a good heart. When you can write down every reason, you know, in the beginning, people think, I love you so much. I love your voice. I love everything about you. People tell you that stuff. So remember it. And then I want you to just keep saying, I'm lovable, I'm worthy of love. Because I think at some level, you've shut yourself off to the possibility of love. And you think, I'm sleeping on my mum's couch, I've got nothing to offer them. And that isn't true. My gran used to say, every pan has a lid, and you're someone's lid, and someone is your pan. And it's nothing to do with whose couch you're sleeping on. It's nothing to do with how much money you have, how old you are, how tall you are, how much you weigh. It's to do with your heart. And the fact that you can feel so much grief for the people you love means that, you know, you love people. You feel their absence painfully because you're able to love. And that's a great gift. Some people can't love. I've met people, some of my clients have been in jail, who just can't love. They've shut their heart down, but you can love, you have loved, and you can love again. So for someone to love you, the thing you have to do is believe you're worthy of being loved. So you need to say every day, I'm lovable, I'm worthy of love, I'm deserving of love. Remember, love has nothing to do with the numbers on your birth certificate, your bank account. None of that stuff matters. The only thing that matters is you believe you are worthy of love and deserving of love. Not only will you find it, it will find you. Now, you said you love helping people, is that right?
Yeah.
And you're working in film. Is that a full-time job, working in film?
It hasn't been recently.
So, you know, I'm going to tell you a story because I love the story. Someone I know very well, her husband left her. She was heartbroken, just devastated, and just didn't think she'd ever get better. But she loves animals. And so she went to work in an animal shelter. She was rescuing hedgehogs and baby robins. And it gave her such joy. Her heart sort of came back to life because she was doing something she loved. And of course, she met someone there also volunteering. And they're now blissfully, with a capital B, they are so happily married. But she was being of service somewhere else. She thought, oh, you know, what can I do? I'll go and work at this animal shelter. I want you to think how you could be of service, not because you need to serve someone, but because you need to go somewhere where your kind heart will be reciprocated. What could you do if you're not working full time? I know you obviously need income, but where could you go? What could you volunteer to do? Maybe just half a day a week. It would let you be around people that would appreciate your kind heart.
Well, I have been doing a little radio show. I was doing a YouTube program, and I was helping people with the Silva method.
Okay, that's good. Can you still do that?
Yeah. I mean, I still have a show that I do currently to today.
And have you ever thought of being a mentor or an advocate for kids? You know, I was doing that in LA, being an advocate for children going to court who had no one, or being a mentor.
Well, you may not believe me.
I will believe it.
I have been working on getting the money together to do your program because I want to do the hypnotherapy.
You know, you're very lucky because actually one of the things we're giving a scholarship to is as a young black guy, because young black men are very underrepresented in therapy. So if you apply, we might be able to give you that. We have one scholarship. We see so many young Black guys who need a Black male therapist that they can relate to. So maybe you're coming on here and that's meant to be, and the universe is sending you in the right direction now. But while we even wait for that to happen, because even when you're in that program and doing it, it's 450 hours, I would still like you to think, hey, could I go to a youth club and help some kids, or go to an old people's home? Could I mentor somebody? Could I find a kid that I could just support and go into that Big Brother program? I want you to do something, because you see, when you talk about helping, everything changes. Your face lights up, you have energy and passion, and I see the real you. When you talk about nothing working, your face becomes very sad, because then you sound like a victim, and that's not a criticism, but it's an observation. I want you not to be a victim, because that's not you. You've got so much to give. You'd probably be an amazing therapist, but while you're waiting for that or going through it, you need to keep doing things that give you passion. You don't need to go looking for love. You need to put yourself around people that have the same passion and energy and caring heart as you. So think of a lot of things that you could do. And remember, when you talk about what you love, you come alive. So it's a couple of things I need you to do. I need you to say every day, many times, I'm worthy of love, I'm deserving of love, and I'm ready for love, and I'm going to find it's going to find me. And then think of where you could go. There's something you could do that will make you feel passionate again. Go on doing the Silver Method and all the other therapeutic things. Go ahead and apply for that scholarship, because maybe it's got your name all over it. And keep in touch and let me know how you are. But remember something else. You had love for 15 years. People who've never had love, they're the hardest, but you've had it. The template for love is in you. It's never going to go away, and you can have it again. And I know you miss your aunties and your brother, but maybe it's time now for you to create your own family.
Yeah, it
So what are you
does.
going to do first? Now I've told you what I want you to do. Tell me what you're going to do.
Well, I will find another outlet. I mean, I have a son,
Good.
and we
How
were
old is
working.
he?
My son is 26.
And how much time do you spend with him?
A lot.
Good.
He's
I think you'd be
currently,
great. Have you heard of the Big Brother network, where you take on a kid and mentor them? I think that would be really good for you, and for the kid that you would take on too, because you get outside of yourself.
okay, I have a thing that I recently just joined that's called Fleet DJs, and the person that I'm dealing with, particularly in the city of Las Vegas, what he does is he has a program where he takes the kids in the community center and he teaches them how to DJ.
Good. And you could
So
do exactly that. What's stopping you doing
I'll
that?
let them come in and help them film.
I want you to do that. I really want you to do that. There are so many kids who'd love to learn to DJ, and you'd be the right person.
Yeah, I don't DJ personally, but I do martial arts. I've been
Oh,
doing
okay.
martial
Well,
arts.
there's something you can help kids. Many years ago, a guy wrote to me and said, I've lost my job. I can't get another job. I live in the middle of a very poor country, and there's nothing, and I'm just a dead loss. I'm of no benefit because I haven't got a job. I asked him what he loved, and what he loved was football. And anyway, I'll make the story very short. I said to him, look, of course you want a job and you want some money, but while you wait, and that might take a long time in this depressed place you live in, why don't you start teaching kids football? He also loved IT, and so he decided to teach kids football and to teach kids IT. He didn't get any money, but he got a great reputation, and eventually he got a job teaching other people IT, because he went out there and thought, okay, I could sit at home and go, I've got no job, I'm a dead loss. Or I could say, I could teach kids football. They all live in this poor area. They can't afford football lessons, but here am I with time on my hand, great at football, love kids. And then realized I'm also great at IT, and I could teach that to people in this deprived area with no money. And he got so good at it that he actually got a job. He started to get paid for it. So there's a lesson in there for you. Where could you go? What could you do? Sharing your skills, because it will make you feel good about yourself. When you feel good about yourself, you'll meet a woman who sees that you feel good about yourself, and she'll feel good about you too. But when you feel bad about yourself, it's a kind of energy that you radiate out that you don't want to do. So find what makes you feel good about yourself. Do it until you feel so good about yourself. You'll attract people who see this is a guy who feels great about himself, and they'll feel great about you too. And keep in touch.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, darling. Wish you so much success. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Check out my next video here.